Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Hello, I've got another deck for you. Let's go for an expanded poison trap. What's the trap? Well, first part, Dust Island. Whenever they use a trainer to switch their active, the new active Pokemon is affected by the same type of poison. Dragalge, wish I had a second one. The opponent's poison Pokemon cannot retreat, so if you're facing a Jirachi with an escape board, they can't use the escape board. In order to get the poison on, we have 3 different ways. Muck and Alolan Muck GX, severe poison, does 8 damage between turns. Let me warn you, if you use this, then you'll lose that damage if you use either of the other ways. First way, Ariados. Poison both active Pokemon, unless one of them is grass. We're not using grass, so instead let's use Cobalion. Prevent status conditions, including sleep and poison. Prism Energy, basically Rainbow Energy with no damage for basics. And Unit Energy, Psychic, and Metal. That way we can cover Cobalion and our attack cost. Third method, Poison Barb. Pretty simple. If you get damaged, the opponent is poisoned. So if you don't have Dragalge up yet, you poison the opponent. You plan to Poison Absorb, heal off that damage. Well, if they switch, they remove before you can get the trap up. They'll lose the poison. Poison Absorption now won't work unless Poison Barb resets it. However, since Ariados can do it during your turn and you attack during your turn, I prefer the Ariados way over the Muck way. Over Poison Barb way. We also have Seviper, increase our damage by a little bit. And Evo Soda to evolve up into Dragalge and into Ariados. Since you need 4 energy to attack, or use your Tag GX, Paralyze and Poison for 15, we've got Welder for Fire Energy, we've got Double Colorless, and we've also got Jirachi. Now Jirachi with Mew, Star Search, for any energy. Does not have to be basic energy. So you can put on a Psychic or a Rainbow, and then you can Star Search for Double Colorless. Put on another energy, and you got it. I've added some Professor's Letter to work with Welder, so that you don't have to run Giant Furnace and lose Dust Island. Special Charge, since we're running a lot of those. Fire Crystal for recovery. Great Potion for when needed. Bridget, of course Bridget. This is expanded, we're not using EX. Why wouldn't you use Bridget? Cynthia and Tate and Liza, your switch and your draws. That's about it. Time to show you how this deck did. For our first match, I got to lead with the Mew, Mewtwo tag team, the Cobalion, and the Scrub. As you can see, there's a Fiery Flint here. I was testing out cards aside from Oak's Letter. Problem with Fiery Flint, I had to discard too much. Oak's Letter, it works out. I got the Fiery Flint, I discard 2 cards I don't think I'll need, and I got 4 Fire Energy. Place 2 on, I got the Muck. Now Mewtwo can copy the Muck. All I need is some form of Psychic Energy. Opponent, he's leading with the Hoopa. Hoopa cannot be affected by my attacks at all. So if I want to injure it, I need Ariados or Poison Barb. Neither of which I got. Lucky me. 1 more energy and Hoopa can start attacking, and I can't even heal off it unless I can poison it first. Seviper, play it down just 4. I really had to think here. Cynthia, Evo Soda. Now if I can poison the Hoopa, I can trap it. But nothing will do anything. See? Severe poison. It protects from from attack effects as well as damage. Yeah, there's where I messed up. I put a second Seviper down. I probably should have held out for a Spinnerack. But I got my 2 Poison Barbs. I saw that I had 2 Spinnerack and Ariados in the deck, and I didn't need Bridget anymore. I can't do anything, so I pass the turn. Let's see if he falls for this super simple, obvious trap. He's powering up the Darkrai, which could put me to sleep, except I've got Unit Energy, and I've got Cobalion. And thanks to attacking me, I now have Poison Absorption. You heal 80, I heal 100. 20 benefit for me, and you got poisoned with my 2 Viper, causing extra damage. I drew the Viper, but I didn't get a Spinnerack or an open slot on my bench. I now have 2 dead cards in my hand. If I lose Mewtwo and Mew, I can use Bridget for a Spinnerack. Here comes Solgaleo Prism. Get 1 metal energy out of the discard. He's trying to charge up for himself. I decided to Severe Poison. Try to knock it out next turn since I knew that resistance wouldn't be enough. Magearna EX. Interesting choice. And knocked out by poison. He couldn't manually retreat and didn't have a switch card. And anything that would be switched in would take the 10 poison. Battle Compressor. What don't I need? I don't need Muck, and I don't need Evo Soda. I do have that Great Potion in hand, but I don't need it. Decided to take out the Darkrai by Poison 2. And this lock is going a little too well. Cobalion wasn't as necessary, but it can attack for 110 damage. Pretty good. Never really had to use that. Sorry for covering the opponent here. Now it has 3 energy, can use its attack. Not as bad as I thought, and it poisons itself. Now that I'm over 150, I can use the Great Potion and Poison Absorption. I consider Blue's tactics, but I had everything I needed to win, and look at my deck size, I'm at 14. And Poison and Confusion. He tried to confuse me with his attack, but it didn't work, and knockout. I win. Easy as that. Let's move on. Here I didn't get the Mewtwo, which was a real shame since I got the Jirachi. Now let's see whether or not he's running Psychic. Nope, it's an Electric. I don't really need the Cynthia yet, and Blue's tactics in this case can get me more cards. And the opponent runs Blue tactics too, and Electro Power. Nice. You want to deal a lot of damage. I got Dust Island. I got Energy. I got Evo Soda into the lock. Discard those 2 cards for 4 energy. Another plus for using that Professor's Letter, or whatever that item is called. Not only do you not have to discard, but you can also grab your 1 Psychic Energy if you need it. Not quite ready to spring the trap just yet. Probably should have used the Pirate Flint again and hoped that I drew into a Welder. I think that in this earlier build I had 4 Welder. Ninja Boy! Swap out any Pokemon for another basic Pokemon. It keeps the health, it keeps the status, and it keeps the energy and the tools. Let's see who he swaps out with what. Brought out the circuitry. Probably didn't see Cobalion sitting there on the bench. I might have considered using Ninja Boy on the Tapu Lele. That way you can reuse it. And I drew into the special energy I needed. I can now use Severe Poison and get that confusion removed thanks to Cobalion. Celesteela, it's still on the field. Charging up that Tapu Lele, but don't forget Tapu Lele's attack specifies that it does not use weakness, so you can't double your double of energy. Lucia, grab your Prism cards, if I remember correctly. You can see why I speed up to ×2 now, right? It's not like I'm live recording these. Thunder Mountain and Beast Energy. It's obvious what he's gonna do here. He's gonna use his second attack on me. That is if he wants to sacrifice his defenses, but since I'm using poison, yep, he did the poor choice, but he had nothing else he could do. I got the Ariados up. Now if he does... Now Ariados also works for situations like this, where the opponent was knocked out by poison during their turn. Reset poison now. And consider my options. Nasty Goo Mix. I forgot that Celesteela's ability protected itself and its allies while active from GX attacks, including Tag GXs. I messed up, I'll admit it, I'm not the perfect battler. Then again, I'm using these decks. Am I a good battler? Well, some might say that it takes some level of skill to take an impossible deck and actually make it somewhat viable. Really charging up that Tapu Lele. Sees that I have 4 energy on and wants to use it all to the advantage. Now removing for Thunder Mountain. Probably not the best idea. You're still poisoned. Use Poison Absorption. Heal off that 30. Yeah, this is why I added the random receivers. You're more likely to get any supporter that you can use. Ninja Boy. I consider what he could swap out, and he finally did the good move and got rid of that Tapu Koko for a Jolteon. And he had another Tapu Koko in the... I mean, not Koko. I'm so sorry. I'm seeing Electric and thinking Koko. He had another Tapu Lele into Guzma. Ooh. Luckily, all my Pokemon have a 1 retreat cost. As long as they're not knocked out. Oh yeah, he used Ninja Boy. He can't use the Guzma. Discard the 2 energy to grab 4. Poison Absorption. And I got a Mewtwo on top of it. Nice. Maybe not as good as a Seviper, but still usable. Switch to bring in my Poison Setter. That's a good move. I got the Mewtwo. I got my additional Psychic Energy. And I used Severe Poison. That dealt 80 damage off the bat. And since Dragalge is still on the field, you can't manually retreat. You need a switch card. You need to use a trainer. And I don't know how long I can stall for, but a Beast Energy on their Tapu Lele, are you kidding me? Their purpose is to defeat the... One of their purposes is to defeat the Ultra Beasts. And you're just giving them your energy. 120 damage, got poisoned. I don't want to play the second Mewtwo. I need to give up 2 tag teams. And he might versus Secret to Guzma. Although personally I would go Acerola because then you can use Tapu Lelé's effect again. And not to mention, Zeraora can use its GX in order to bring out all the electric energy you lost. But nope, this player wasn't as thoughtful. Brought out the Zapdos. I really want to snack on something, but I know that my microphone will amplify it. Electric power into Swift. Let's retreat. Bridget, let's get out the poison. Severe poison. Take 8, make that 10. You have to retreat or you have to attack. If you attack, then my tool will make you regular poisoned. You'll take only 3 damage and can survive and not let me take out your backline 2 turns in a row. He probably should have reread what that tool did before he placed it there. Ninja Boy, what are you doing? Are you going to take out the front or the back? The front. Into a Pokemon that's not KO'd. Another energy on the Lele, and the Coco goes down. I take only 1 prize compared to 2, but anything he sends out, it's gone. Victory for me. Next one. Nothing to start with, I'm mulligan. I got a Ditto. I added a Ditto in this variation, but Ditto does not work with Evo Soda. Not a good mix. So you can see little variations. What works, what doesn't. I got Welder into 2 Fire Energy. I got another Muck. And I went second, so I can use that attack off the bat. Next coming turn, I can heal 100 damage and then Cynthia. Speaking of Cynthia, there's someone right now. Malamar deck. And he switched his damage with mine. I decided to manually attach that fire, then Cynthia. I got the Bridget, I got the Mewtwo. Maybe I shouldn't have played the Mewtwo. Poison Absorption. Heal that 80 and knock it out. And I got another Great Potion. Evo Soda gets up the Malamar. Second recharge going on to Latios. Latios, I would not be able to touch normally. Luckily, I don't have normal damage. I really considered going for a Viper there, but preparing another tag team seemed a little more important. And thanks to Ditto, I got the lock. Inside the Poison Absorption, I think I had the thing where I had to knock out second Pokemon directly. And of course, the prize I take is a Skrelp. 2 Malamars up. 2 energy on, I believe that's Drifloon. And the opponent is now poisoned. Attach a fire energy, and Cynthia. Time for Nasty Goo Mix. You might be able to survive my damage, but you couldn't survive my effect. Never mind, you could survive my effect. But not for the next turn. Time for Mewtwo to come out and play. Mewtwo, Seviper. Seviper's overkill. Got a Cynthia got another psychic energy and a unit energy. I do not need that Mewtwo in hand. He has to take 3 prizes. Mewtwo's 3 prizes, but it can retreat into Muck and Alola Muck. That too is 3 prizes, but with the retreat cost of 4, it's a little expensive to retreat. Ouch, that'll hurt. Mew to protect bench damage. What, are you out of psychic type Pokemon in your deck? You see, I'm not doing damage to the bench. I'm doing poison. And a Drifblim. Probably should have hovered over that one to see what it did, because it's not the attack switch Drifblim. Malamar comes in for a recharge. Get that psychic energy off the Drifblim. I saw the Sigilif. I knew I couldn't poison heal. I don't need the Scrub, and I don't need a duplicate Ariados. Clear Poison knocks it out this turn. I have 1 energy left to go, and I have a Gobalion. Thing is, Gobalion, main purpose, combo with Ariados. I don't have room for both right now. Luckily, I can't apply weakness thanks to Jirachi. Gets out the Ultra Necrozma. Now, you have an ability that forces a switch. 180 damage onto me. You got some poison on. Add Bridget. I don't know why I grabbed that. Probably was just showing off. But I switch since I can't heal without taking damage. More damage than I would have dealt. Well, healed. Lysander, force the switch. I almost got the knockoff. 10 damage off. I manually retreat. I get back my special energy. I severe poison, and that's the win. Hope you guys like that deck.